The Hollywood writers' strike is now entering its second week, and that means frustrated fans of sitcoms and late-night talk shows are going to be watching a whole lot of reruns. But if this strike lasts, could this result in a significant change in the way we eventually get our entertainment media? Could frustrated fans fed up with depending on the major networks and studios for original programming shut off their TVs altogether and just head online? It's the topic of today's Tech Watch Report, and Chris Spencer is the CEO of Wizzard Media, a subsidiary of Wizzard Software, the world's largest distributor of podcasts. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Thanks for having me, Tamara.
So let's go through some of the shows that are shut down. You've got The Office, 2.5 Men, Desperate Housewives, How I Met Your Mother, and the filming of 24 has been postponed. Hugely popular show, we know that. So you say this strike...
My favorite.
One of my favorites, too. So you say this strike won't last. There's too much money at stake. But if it does, will advertisers go to the Internet?
Well, I think they are. I mean, it's already proven that they're going to the Internet more and more. We're seeing a lot larger percentages of campaign budgets, advertising budgets, be set for the Internet and for the new media specifically. I don't think it's going to last that long. I know a lot of the pundits in the media are saying that it will, but actually, I think with last time that there was this major strike, 8 to 9% of the viewing audience switched over to cable, and I just think there's too much in it for TV this time to lose.
Well, it's interesting because you mentioned that people switch over the cable. I'm curious how savvy the average person is to go and try a podcast for the first time or try to download their favorite TV show.
Well, about 20% of America has tried podcasting now. It's not too hard. You know, a lot of the people do it through iTunes. It's one of the most popular ways to do it. And you just go in there, you hook your iPod to it, and you can download it. You can watch it right over the computer. You don't need an iPod. It works with the Zunes and MP3 players. But there's now over 100,000 shows in iTunes, and you can find them from professional content to the everyday teacher making a language learning show in his basement. And it's just a great way for people to create shows and get them out to the world, and for audiences to explore and find new types of content.
It's interesting because I was also thinking, what about movies? I mean, the movie industry we know has been struggling up and down. Rather than turning to the Internet for fresh content or a podcast, do you think people may just go to the movies instead? It's easier, seems.
Well, it sure is. I know they developed a great movie complex down here by me where you can actually have dinner before and eat your dessert while you're watching a movie. But obviously, we're hoping a lot of them come towards podcasting because it really is the ability to be able to watch the content or listen to the content whenever you want, in the car, at the beach, on the subway. It's a real compelling alternative to television and the radio. And we think that this strike here is going to get more people listening to it. Although we hope it doesn't go on too long. We'd hate to see anybody out of work.
Well, you know, it certainly is interesting. You do have that versatility. When I'm getting my hair cut, I sit with my little iPod and watch whatever shows I need. So it's an interesting way. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for having me.